Hey everybody, welcome back to more East Origin, where last time we made our way through the Silent Sands and we found out that Lady Fina is being held inside Rado's Annex in the corner over here. So, we are going to be kind of stupid and just kind of bum rushing in by ourselves because that's how Hugo does things, so let's just head inside. Damn, it's a trap. So nice to see you again. You! Don't know my name, do you? I must apologize for not introducing myself before. I was otherwise occupied. I am Zava, the finest sorceress among the Darklings. I serve the great Lord Dallas. Dallas, so that's the name of your leader? Indeed, and a finer leader none shall ever know. Though I must say, this is a most pleasant surprise. I assume the Devil's Corridor will keep you away for quite some time yet. Hard to blame me, considering the miserable defeat you suffered at the hands of your brother. But you are the heir to the fact name for a reason, I suppose. You savages don't have the right to speak our name. And as far as I'm concerned, I have no brother. All he is to me now is a target, marked for death. Oh, is that so? Well, then it seems we have at least one thing in common. I can't stand the man either. He repeatedly kills my summoned creatures and takes their energy as his own. If Lord Dallas would allow it, I'd gladly tear him to shreds and use his entrails as feed for my familiars. I jest, of course. I would never be so cruel as to give my darling such low-grade meat. My, what a sour expression you have. You and your brother seem to share that particular trait. Yours has more personality, though. If I had to pick, I say you're cuter of the two. Then, the little one usually is. Are you done? If you're not going to fight me, then just stand aside. The eyes of fact, such delightful implements of sorcery. Most magic items from Ease are rather unappealing to me. But something about those cold, lifeless orbs feels comforting. It's almost like they were made for us. What? This is a much stronger familiar than the ones I entrusted to opponent. Come, show me what those eyes of fact can do. Chris, the summoned spellbinder. He starts off by summoning at least 8 of these statues that just spew fire out. You gotta be careful because they kind of line up in a way where you have to either walk around them or jump over them, because they will do damage the moment you touch fire, of course, because fire is hot. But people that played the original East might be actually familiar with these things. This is a boss battle that you fight in Ease 1. The only difference is the statues actually move around and spew fire out in different locations. Chris has a couple abilities, such as spewing lightning down in a spot where you're standing and it'll keep spreading out and just following you around, as well as shoot out orbs of lightning coming from the statues. If you touch those lightning, you would get a status called Heavy, which slows you down, which makes dodging all these attacks much harder than it needs to be. So just keep on the move and just dodge everything you can. It's a little bit of a bullet hell situation, but it's not the worst thing in the world. The statues themselves will shoot out little wind blades at you. You can just jump over them. They're not the hardest thing to really dodge. Again, it's just bullet hell. Just keep moving around and you should be fine. Hugo can actually just shoot at him from most locations, so getting damage on him is pretty easy. But if he does spawn in front of his statues, like he's hidden by his statues, you might not be getting as much damage as you think you'd be getting, because the statues will be just kind of tanking the damage for him. So just be wary where you're standing, get some good shots out, just charge up your magic and just spew out the fire damage from far away and just keep shooting. Honestly, you're going to take him down pretty dang fast if you are wary of where you're standing and then just kind of move around and just make sure you're not getting hit by fire or lightning, all the attacks that happen. The statues themselves do have an extra attack later on when he starts getting low on health, where it shoots out like little mini bullets out at you. They're rather slow. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just more bullets to dodge. Past that, this boss is actually kind of easy considering you can just stand very far away from him and just shoot. Funny enough, I'm staying like right next to him at all times, just doing it because I just find it a little bit easier just to get up in his face to shoot, so I'm not getting blocked by the statues. But yeah, you can stand far away if you want. It's actually, again, a rather easy boss. Just keep charging up and just shoot the moment you see him spawn. And just stay wary where the statues are located, where they're shooting. The attacks are very heavily telegraphed, so you can just see where they're at all times. And your double jump makes pretty short work of being able to dodge most things, honestly, in this battle. Just keep jumping, just keep moving. Keep dodging that lightning that keeps showing up. And honestly, should be getting really close now. Come on, I need about one more hit. If I can just get a good shot in, please. Just do that. And that wasn't enough, really. All right, I guess I'll get one more hit in. Just shoot, 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 and dead. What a spectacular show. Damn you. You're a fascinating specimen, little one. Your power and the way you handle those eyes of yours, it's like you were born to be Darkling. The hell are you trying to pull? Feisty, but I like that. Truly, you and I aren't so different after all. We're like kindred spirits. We both lust for power. We both find solace in the dark, alone and unfeathered by the ignorance of others. Don't try to deny it. Perhaps I should introduce you to Lord Dallas sometime, I suspect you and he would get along famously, certainly far better than he and your dear brother. Wait! Is that really how I come across? I'm nothing like them. I can't be. I can't let her get to me. That's what she wants. Lady Fina must be in prison upstairs. I just need to keep moving. Keep moving. Alright, that being said, let's actually just keep moving indeed. Just go straight up. See what we can do. This door, the malice is putting off is so strong. It's almost a physical presence. This must be what I was feeling outside. It's far more powerful than I thought. If I were to imprison a goddess, this is definitely where I'd do it. What are you so afraid of, Hugo? This barrier must be child's play compared to Father's shield magic. What right have you to see this position if you can't even handle something as simple as a door? And how are you ever supposed to defeat your brother for that matter? Alright, I can do this. A strong enough blast of magic should do the trick. Just focus the combined energies of the 3 artifacts of East and charge them to the point of breaking. Then unleash! What the? Ah! Well, well, look who's awake. Not you again. You sure are a handful, you know that? Did you really think you could use brute force to overpower the devil's gaze? I'm pretty reckless, but even I wouldn't get anywhere near that thing if I didn't have to. Wait, were you looking after me? You sound surprised. You owe me a rematch, remember? And I want you to be in tip-top shape for it. Besides, I have to be a real sicko to kill somebody while he was unconscious. Easy now. After what you've been through, I wouldn't suggest trying any sudden moves. Just take it nice and slow. I don't need your pity. And I'm not unconscious anymore. So let's just get this over with. You're one obnoxious little prick, you know that? Lucky for you, I'm also not enough of a sicko to attack somebody who's too weak to do anything but mouth off. Now, if Zava were here, she'd totally slit your throat and laugh while you bled out. She's a real bad egg that way. Besides, Dallas ordered us to withdraw from Rado's Annex, so technically I'm not even supposed to be here. Which means I'm sure as hell not going to do anything that would draw attention to myself. Have it your way then. So why were you really looking after me? I don't know. Is that the best you could come up with? What does it matter? I just felt like it, that's all. So you really are the Claw Man's brother, huh? Why do you have it in for him so bad? Don't you two get along? Does it look like we get along? As far as I'm concerned, I have no brother. All I got is a target, a traitor I've set out to exterminate. Yeah, I get that. But he's still your brother. If you gotta kill him, then you gotta kill him. But you're still bound by blood, you know? Nothing can ever take that away. Sorry, I'm not trying to open up any old wounds or anything. We just come from different worlds, I guess. You East people probably all think that way. He's always been completely self-absorbed. The fact line is generally named first among those of the six priests, or the arbiters in all matters of spirit. As the elder brother, Toll was expected to succeed our name, but he elected to become a holy knight instead. It came across as if he were scoffing in the face of his lineage, as if the position were trivial and worthless to him. Simply put, he just didn't care. He wanted to follow his own path, so he did. Protocol and tradition be damned. He didn't even bat an eye when he was disinherited. It honestly didn't seem to bother him at all, really. And that's how the position of a successor fell to me, the second son. They call me a magic prodigy now, but back then I was just an ordinary kid. I was constantly being compared to him, as if I were living in his shadow. In its own way, it's nothing short of excruciating. I did as father asked of me and tried as hard as I could to live up to everyone's lofty expectations. My training was intense and all-consuming. I lost every friend I had, but eventually I was deemed worthy of my title. Finally, I thought. Finally, everyone will acknowledge my abilities. I'll no longer just be regarded as Tolfac's little brother. But then your goddamn demons attacked, and we all had to ride Solomon's shrine up into the sky to escape. And of course, Toll just had to stay behind with Commander Tova to buy time for the rest of us. Oh, how they praised him for his gallant sacrifice. And then, despite all my hard work, I was just Tolfac's little brother again, brother to one of the greatest heroes of Ys. That still seems to be all I'm known for. I fought so hard to crawl out from that shadow, only to be pulled right back in. I know I'm basically just lashing out at him. It's totally logical for me to be as angry as I am, even after what he's done. It doesn't change the fact that I really, truly want him dead. It's betrayal. Just makes that attitude a lot easier to justify. He shamed our family enough just by forfeiting his right of succession so he could become a knight. But there's still honor in knighthood. He took an oath to protect Ys and the goddesses after all. And he trampled that oath into the ground. And for me, that's the final straw. He's beyond redemption. You were kind of rambling there, so I'm not sure I really understood all of what you were saying. But the long and short of it is, you still love him, right? Were you even listening to me? How could you possibly have gotten that from any part of what I just told you? Well, you want what he's got, so you're trying to be just like him, right? Or I guess it's better to say you want to be respected and looked up to by your father and everybody else the way he is. And you're frustrated that you just can't seem to measure up. That sound about right? I got a big brother of my own too, so I totally get what you're coming from. You want to be nice to him, but then you also want to wring his neck sometimes. Your parents always saying things like, why can't you just be more like your brother? And it's frustrating as hell. Just because you love him, but he's a pain in the ass, you know? You don't get it at all. Huh? I said you don't get it at all! You got one hell of an imagination, you know that? Why would I ever have the slightest inclination to be anything at all like him? That's patently absurd. I don't know, I've been told I'm pretty good at reading people. But hey, if you say I'm off the mark, I won't push the matter any further. I'll just leave it right where it lies. It's the least I can do to thank you for opening up to me. This is kind of nice, you know? I thought I had you pegged as this uptight, self-important asshole, and I pretty much hated your guts. But now I don't know. I guess you're really not so bad after all. You're like an extra smug version of me. Is that supposed to be a compliment? This whole orgy has completely worn me out. Didn't you say you were ordered to abandon this place? So I think it might be best for you to follow those orders now. Alright, I could do that. Just so you know though, it's not possible for regular people like you to get through that door, no matter how hard you try. But that goddess lady is definitely in there and she's safe, so don't you worry, okay? I'll catch you later. Epona, was it? May I ask you one last question before you go? Sure, but I can't guarantee I'll be able to answer. Technically, I've already asked this, but I feel compelled to ask again. Simply put, I'm your enemy. Why are you going to all this trouble on my behalf? Sorry, but my answer hasn't changed. I honestly have no idea. I guess I just wanted to give it a shot, you know? Come to think of it, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What the hell is wrong with me? You're an oddball. Aren't you supposed to be good at reading people? Oh, shut up. You men always latch on to such trivial details. I've said my piece, so I'm out of here. Besides, if I'm late getting back, I'll never hear the end of it from Zava. Alright, I'll let you go. But thank you, Epona. You're welcome, Hugo. But just so you know, next time I see you, I'm gonna have your head on a silver platter. They better keep it nice and clean for me, you hear? Don't worry, I have no intention of holding back myself. Promises to be one hell of a fight. Now then, what to do next? Can't rescue Lady Fino without opening that door. But according to Epona, regular people like us aren't capable of getting through it. That basically confirms that it's been enchanted with some sort of powerful curse. And sadly, curses lie firmly outside of my area of expertise. As much as it pains me to seek counsel with the search party, I may need Kadina's advisement on this. Alright, so there's really only one thing we can do to get that advisement from here. Use the Lila shell. Hugo spoke into the Lila shell. Aeolia's voice echoed back in response. Ah, Hugo, is that you? Hope you haven't been waiting too long. The knights were ambushed on their way to Rado's Annex. Maybe a while yet before they get there. I see. Well, I'm already here. But I seem to have run into a bit of a roadblock. Hugo briefly detailed his encounter with the cursed door and asked Aeolia if Kadina might be able to help. Sure. I'll contact her right away and ask her to meet you there. Oh boy. You weren't kidding. This thing's got one hell of a curse on it. Just looking at this makes me feel tight in the chest. If it helps, that woman said regular people wouldn't be able to get through. Her choice of words seemed deliberate. You have any idea what she might have meant? I think so. I have a theory at any rate. Best I can tell, it only opened for a demon, or someone harboring demon-grade malice at any rate. It honestly is kind of ingenious, I mean. What better way to keep out do-gooders by locking a door with pure hatred? So you pretty much have to be evil if you want to get in? In other words, a door designed solely for people like him. It really is quite a curse, and it's not just the door either. The whole room is affected by it. It's like there's an impossibly strong barrier all around it, so no amount of brute force could possibly penetrate. Oh, don't tell me you tried already. Yes, and one could say it went poorly. So is there nothing at all we can do? Lady Fina is trapped in there after all. Yeah, we just can't leave her. Is there any way to fool it or something? If we get our hands on one of the enemy's magic items, we might have a shot. What do you mean? Something with an equivalent curse on it. Particularly if it's something wearable. Assuming if it doesn't kill whatever poor sap tries it on. That might just do the trick. Oh, wow, I don't like the sound of that at all. I think you might be assuming too much there. No one would be able to survive a curse that strong. Not under normal circumstances, no. But our only other option is to capture one of the enemies alive, so it still seems worth mentioning. Yeah, I think that's even less likely. Alright then. I'll head back into the tower and see if I can find any magic items that might serve our purpose. In the meantime, I'd like for the two of you to keep this area secure. The knight should be arriving here any time now. Hugo. Sounds like a plan to me. In fact, it almost sounds too good to be true. You're actually communicating and coordinating with others. It's like some kind of miracle. Isn't it your usual MO to do everything by yourself? What happened? Nothing in particular. I just know my own limitations, and this is not a field of magic I'm familiar with. Thus, I defer to the expert. Alright, I guess I can buy that. I'll be right here. Let us know if you can find anything that might work. Be careful, Hugo. Something that might work. Well, we do have something in our inventory already that could work, but it seems to have been drained. So let's see if they have anything to say about it. What's that ring you got? May I see it? Hugo shook Dina the evil ring. Well, it's definitely demonic in nature, but it's been drained of all its power. If you look closely at it, though, it's designed to seem to match the one on the door. Maybe it's connected in some way. Doesn't the face on this door look kind of familiar? Yes, it does. Looks a lot like those undead creatures in the sand. Oh yeah, that's totally it. Actually, what is it? Well, while we were heading here, I swear we saw some demons that looked exactly like this. Not just a little, but exactly. They had a big, strong bodies and were just really nasty looking. I only saw them in passing since we were in a hurry to get here, but I definitely saw them. That doesn't at all sound familiar. Actually spawned demons, perhaps? Well, if there's new enemies in the field, we might as well look for them. Unfortunately, in this area, we actually can't warp out using our crystal. If we try, it's just gonna let us not go. So we gotta walk the whole way. So I'm just going to kind of walk down this staircase and find some monsters. All right, so let's take a look around for them, shall we? Let's see here. All right, so we have the normal enemies around here. So let's get rid of them so they're not a problem, because these red guys are definitely going to be a problem. Let's kind of get them in a little bit of a spot here. That should maybe work for me. Because unfortunately, my fire magic does very little to them. So the best I could really do is put up a shield and block their attacks and shoot at them like crazy. That's probably the best I can do to block their attacks off, get some damage down on them, and just keep putting up a shield, and I should be fine. Because these guys do a lot of damage. And while I can keep avoiding them and keep putting up a shield, it does so little damage that it does take forever. I could use my mines if I wanted to. It probably would be a better option, but honestly, I'm playing really defensively since, again, I'm kind of a squishy sponge when it comes to dying. So I might want to just keep being defensive and just kind of stay far away from them. Honestly, maybe a couple level ups would help me here. But I'm just going to kind of be a little bit stubborn about this and just get done with it right here and now. It's going to take me a little bit. I mean, I'm nearly dead on one of them, and there's at least 3 of them in the field. So, yeah. Let's just try to get rid of them. I can sit there and use this trick that I'm doing now, whereas I'm just kind of taking the mines and just baiting them into a position and letting it blow up. There's a few more left to go in this area, so what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to find one over here, and there should be one in that upper corner over there. So there's 3 of them in total. So I'm just going to bait them out. Why didn't my mine blow up? That's weird. Let's try that again. That's a little better. And I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm going to lure them into this area and just keep blowing them up while dodging their attacks. I have very little health, but I should be okay. So let's do this. There we go. The evil ring's power has been restored. Yeah, that could have gone a little bit more smoothly, but I actually, yeah, I'm going to warp out of here. My gosh, I have like no health. Looks like the ring is back at full power now. But I must say, it's a lot more powerful than I was expecting. Imagine it would drive any ordinary person insane to wear it at best. It's hard to believe Lady Fina's in there. Really wish there was something I could do to get her out. Alright, it looks like we have no real options, so let's find out if we can find out some more information. Hugo spoke into a Lila shell, and Elia's voice echoed back in response. Hugo, what's your status? Hugo explained that he restored the evil ring's power. So now you have a curse ring in your possession, fully powered. Wait, did you have an artifact that could weaken the effects of harmful magic? Yeah, we do, so that's actually really helpful knowledge. So all we gotta do is actually equip the blue necklace that makes it so we don't get hurt by certain artifacts. So we just do that, and then we can pop on the evil ring. Perfect. As the door opened, the evil ring's power drained away. The two malicious forces that cancel one another out. It worked! Nicely done, Hugo. Thanks, but I couldn't have done it if I had your expertise. Now come on, let's get inside. Lady Fina! Hugo, Katina, Yushka. A barrier? Damn. Lady Fina, are you injured? I'm alright. There's no need to worry. It's quite strong, but it's not harmful in any way. It seems designed solely to keep me in one place. Oh, thank goodness for small favors, I suppose. Yeah. In any event, I can't believe you actually made it all the way here. I don't know how I could ever properly thank you. Please direct your gratitude towards Hugo. His efforts are what made this meeting possible. Is that so? Then, from the bottom of my heart, I give you my thanks, Hugo Fact. You've gone through so much on my account, even fighting your own brother. Words cannot express my regret. You had nothing to do with that. The fight was instigated by me, after all. And I only lost because I was the weaker man. Nothing more, nothing less. Hugo? While imprisoned in this room, I had a brief opportunity to speak with him. And I assure you, despite his actions and his appearance, he's still the man he's always been. I'm absolutely certain of it. In fact, he seems to be worried about you. He didn't say as much, but I can see it clearly in his eyes. So please, won't you give... Just stop! This is a family issue. It doesn't involve you, and I'd like to thank you to keep your nose out of our business. Hugo? Now, hold on. You can't talk to Lady Fina that way. No, he's right. It's not in my place to lecture him. I'm sorry, Hugo. I didn't mean to upset you. That's quite all right. Thank you. Lady Fina! Lady Fina, thank goodness you're safe. I've... Unica, the rest of you too. It's so good to see you. Sure took you guys long enough to get here, though. Our apologies. We met with fierce resistance. Hope you're not kept waiting long, Lady Fina. So now it's just a matter of breaking through this barrier. Right, but it's a lot easier said than done. There's some pretty intense magic at work here. Fortunately, it's an enchantment rather than a curse. So I'm pretty confident we'll be able to spell it, given enough time. Excellent. We'll stay on guard then, to ensure your safety until the task is complete. Hopefully we can secure Lady Fina's freedom with a minimal delay. No, that won't be necessary. Pardon? Lady Fina! We never intended for any of you to get involved in this matter. Rhea and I were fully prepared to resolve it on our own. But you're here now, and as I'm presently indisposed, I see little choice but to seek your assistance. It pains me to speak of this, but will you hear me out? Of course, whatever you wish, milady. Yeah, there's still a lot we don't know about what's going on down here. I think I speak for all of us when I say any information you can provide will be more than welcome. Thank you. As you know, for the last several years, East has been perpetually invaded and ransacked by demons. What you may not know, however, is the reason behind these attacks. Believe it or not, the Black Pearl and the Clarion Metal are to blame. What? You can't be serious! So those Outlanders aren't the ones responsible for this mess? Well, they're involved now, certainly. They exercise full control over the demons after all. But they're not responsible for the demons themselves, no. That dubious honor goes to the Black Pearl, which inadvertently awakened what we call the demonic essence. The demonic essence? It's hard to put into words. Think of it as the malicious will, the very essence of demonism itself. Basically, the dark side of magic. And just as the Black Pearl spreads magical abilities far and wide, so too does it spread this malevolent energy. As it spreads, it distorts the earth, twisting and reshaping it until it takes on a demonic form and comes to life. And the Clarion in the ground serves to amplify this effect, exactly as it does with magic. Essentially, as long as there exists veins of Clarion on the earth, the distortions will grow, worse and more demons will spawn. That's why we, along with the 6 priests, sit all the way in chambers cut off from the Black Pearl's influence. But now the demonic essence is at its strongest here on the surface. As this tower existence clearly illustrates, the Darklings have somehow learned to harness it for their own gain. And our goal is to steal it away, back into the Black Pearl from whence it came for all eternity. Words fail me. I can see why you kept quiet about this for so long. You could be very well looking at a complete paradigm shift for all of East. Our entire way of life is at stake. That's correct. The sorceress Dallas intends to obtain the Black Pearl and stimulate the demonic essence within, granting it physical form. Since Rhea has it now, we can be assured our enemy's attention is focused squarely on her. But if she should be captured... Well, suffice it to say, we mustn't allow that to happen. Please, find Rhea and help keep the Black Pearl out of enemy hands. We Knights shall guard her for our lives. You can count on us. I still have one question, though, if I may. Certainly. The Black Pearl and the Clarion have sustained our people for quite some time. So I understand why the two of you came here in secret. To some extent, anyway. But why were even the 6 priests kept unaware of your intentions? They're your trusted retainers, no? And they're just as concerned with preventing public unrest as you, so I'm certain they have kept your secret. Yet you obviously came here without consulting a single one of them. So either you're still hiding something from us, or you're just flat out lying. Bastard, do you still doubt the goddesses even after everything we just heard? Hugo? Here we go again. No, Hugo's right. There is more to tell, but at present it's little more than a theory on our part. Until I can be certain of its accuracy, I prefer not to speak of it. Hope you understand. Alright, I won't push the matter. And I apologize if my asking caused you any undue discomfort. But just to confirm, once you reach a conclusion as to the accuracy of your theory, you will be more forthcoming about it, won't you? You have my word. Lady Fina. Alright, is everyone ready? We have a new mission, and it's our top priority. Should the Black Pearl fall into the enemy's hands, the demonic essence will be unleashed and all will be lost. You must find Lady Rhea as quickly as we can, and become her shield. And so the Holy Knight's search for Lady Rhea continued, each night feeling a renewed sense of urgency. Meanwhile, Hugo once again set off on his own, leaving Kadina and Miyushka to tend to the barrier around Lady Fina. Hugo? You can be such a pain in the ass, you know that? I guess if you weren't, we'd think something was wrong with you. No need to worry about Lady Fina. We can dispel this barrier for sure. It's just going to take some time. The most helpful thing you could do right now is keep scaling the tower. We'll be able to handle things here, I promise. One more person to talk to before I open that chest that's been nagging me this whole time. When the time comes, I'll explain everything, I promise. I leave Lady Rhea and the Black Pearl in your hands. Alright, let's find out what the heck this thing is. It is the Amber Key. So the Amber Key, let's find out what we got here. A key made from hardened tree resin, found inside Rado's Annex. Yeah, there is a door we haven't been able to open, so we might as well take a look at what is inside that door. Hugo? What is it now? Well, I just wanted to tell you, I think you were right to say what you said. And I don't think Lady Fina minded. But, spit it out already. What are you getting at? I'm worried about you. I know you want to be respected and looked up to, but you're always making a scene. Always making people mad. I know you're probably just really irritable because of your family and your brother and everything, but still. I'm pretty sure you aren't going to take me up on this since you never have before. But I just want you to know that I'm... Will you just leave me the hell alone already? If you stop stammering for 1 second and actually listen to what I have to say, maybe you'd finally get it. You think I want to be respected and looked up to? You think I'm letting my brother's indiscretions or my position go to my head? Seems you must know me better than I know myself, because that's all news to me. I wasn't trying to... Look, I don't want to hear it. Just get out of my sight already, will you? I'll keep my own counsel, thank you. I'm sure as hell not going to take any advice from you. Hugo? I'm sorry! Damn it. Pauline told me the exact same thing. I actually bothered listening to her. What the hell's wrong with me? You really are an ass. Kadena. I'm pretty sure the whole tower heard you two just now. Not exactly your proudest moment, Hugo. Are you going to lecture me now? Of course not. That wouldn't do me any good at all. You probably just flip out on me. That's what you tend to do whenever anyone gets a little too close for comfort. And considering your reaction, I say Miuska hit the nail right on the head. Well, you just think about what you did while you're off gallivanting around the tower, okay? Once you come to your senses, I suggest you apologize to the poor girl. I think even you must realize you did bad. Anyway, be careful out there. Don't let those end up being your last words to Miuska. I should go. Climbing this tower is just about the only good I can do right now, I think. Alright, let's get out of this tower once more. And reach a save point. So next time Azure plays more East Origin, we're going to explore the rest of the Silent Sands now that we have the Amber Key to progress. We'll find out what's up ahead. I'll see you all then.